So here's the seat close up. You can see down here on the bottom I had to build this sort of heavy steel frame that I've got bolted in under the seatbelt at the back, and then at the front required a bit of this funny piece where I cut a big circular hole. It was 2.5 inches in that plate, and that allowed me to bolt it in under the frame of the seat, and that gave it 2 really solid anchor points at the front and back, and then the rest actually just sits on the floor. I had to put these legs on it so that when it folds down it's got something to level out on, so that again it rests on the plastic. I was a little concerned about the stress here, but it seems that it's wide enough and the pressure is spread out enough that that it's not going to break the plastic. The last little bit I put on this spring hinge. It's not actually very effective. It's a bit underwhelming, but the whole seat used to just sort of fall down, which was a problem because it made it hard to close the door. So it doesn't spring back quite as enthusiastically as I was hoping, but it does create enough friction where it kind of stays where it's put. So at least I can fold it down and then use it and pull it up, and it stays. So it's not as nice as I was hoping, but you know, it seems good enough for the task. This is 3/4 inch plywood. This is a sort of technical fabric. It's actually used in wheelchair backrests as a breathable fabric. So if you're sweating, it can breathe a bit better. And I put some closed cell foam underneath this, so I've got a bit of padding, so it's not quite so hard on the skin of my bum when I'm hanging out on there. So yeah, this was a fun project that was a mix of metalworking and a bit of wood, and this was sewing machine work, and it all came together. It took quite a few iterations to kind of figure out the design and the size, and you know, I drilled holes several times and didn't get it quite right. Just figuring out where I can put the hinges and how high to make it and how low to make it. It was too high at first and it was too much of a transfer, and then so I lowered it, and that allowed these legs to be quite a bit shorter, which made it a lot simpler, the whole design. So it's kind of the sweet spot right now where it's about 1/3 of the way up from my wheelchair to the seat, so it's a relatively easy transfer from my wheelchair onto there, and then it's a relatively easy pull up because I've got the handle, and I can really sort of push with one arm and pull with the other, and makes the transfer relatively easy. So overall, I'm really happy with this solution, and it feels like it'll last for a long time.